These buildings here are adjacent to the National Emperor's Palace, but they're part of the National Folks Museum, where we spent some time today. Interesting place.
Get to the Rice residence.
Well, we'll walk past there.
You went past it, saw they closed.
Joint venture headquarters. Okay, this is in the conference room where all the things took place.
Now the soldiers posted in this building are here for your protection. I want to particularly note the soldier on the north end of the building guarding the door to North Korea. Now while we're in this building, please do not go past him. I also want to note the soldier at the KPA. And all the blue buildings that you see belong to the UNC, and all the silver or gray buildings belong to the KPA. Now if you look to your far right, you'll see a 3-story blue building. This is the Joint Duty Officer, or the way. At the base of the hill from tower number 2, you'll see the white stakes sustained about 1 meter in height. They're spaced at 10-meter interval building. We just came out of there a couple minutes ago. T1 is used by the NNSC for weekly meetings as well as Red Cross meetings. It's called the Panmun Gars. It also serves as a 2-man guard post. Now you'll notice that the 3rd story is different from the rest of the building.
Yes.
Now this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue on with a tour to UNC Checkpoint 3. We'll be crossing through Conference Row one last time. Feel free to take pictures of North Korea, which will be to your right, but please do not stand up or point for any reason.
I've done it all.
3. I apologize for the fog, so it's going to be a little hard for me to explain what you can see from this area. I'll do my best. From this area, you can see Gijongdong, which is over here to the left. Directly in front of us is the Peace Museum, and also over here to the right, you can see the northern boundary of the DMZ. I apologize, trust me, they are repatriation of prisoners who cannot walk across the bridge under their own power. Either they had to be carried across or they needed medical attention.
Okay, unloading the meat in Seoul, Korea, early in the morning. There he goes, carry it in. To the store. There we go. This is Wednesday and we're in the old Korean village outside of Seoul. Replicas of the old Korean houses from 3 to 5 to 1,000 years ago. Okay, we're looking at the village sanctuary and all the cloth hanging out there. The purpose of that is religious, to bring peace, harmony, and prosperity. There you, this rock and the rope, you write prayers on paper and stick them in the rock or the rope, and that's to help eternally. Okay, this is the old traditional Korean type village with the thatched roofs.
2 workers in
From
there.
it, yeah, to the local people. Joe's made friends with a, yeah.
No, not friends.
Go shake it, get him, go shake it. There you go. Yeah, don't want anything to do with you. Don't want anything to do with you. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're looking at an early 19th century farmyard in Korea. There's a local farmer. Farmer lady. If you can see this would be their part in the farmyard, just looking in one of the doors where they would have their Korean meal. I got rid of my people. I can look down the roof line of this house, old farmer's house. This would be a common farmer's place in old Korea. Now they did their rock wall. They put the straw on top of them to cover them and protect them. Then they got back there, another little Korean village, old 19th century farmer's village. Okay, this is it. In the rural village, District County, this is a picture of the entrance to the Kwana, which is just a local government administration area for the Koreans.
Okay, there's just a judge in the government office and the courthouse sentenced Mr. Larson to a flogging. This is the outside of the house.
I can't see it. Now go back over so you can look down.
This is Mr. Larson being flogged.
Not flogged.
It says a flogging.
You do that to it.
No. Flogging in the courtyard of the government building.
Okay, this is a little rural community tribal council meeting to determine the business of the village. There's the chief conducting his business. This shows a picture of a flogging punishment. There's the old Korean village justice system. That's a picture of the village, big village drum used to call people to meeting. This is a wing of the little governor's residence off his summer veranda and shows where they're always drying their food for storage. This shows the writing chair in which he would be carried by his ministers or servants for the provincial governor or the provincial chief. Okay, this is a bamboo maker, a farmhouse where the bamboo maker lived. This is a picture of the outdoor kitchen at that farmhouse. Onions growing in the pot.
The pot being a piece of log.
This is a separate but indoor kitchen. And that little fireplace on the left down there they used to build a fire that would heat the living area or the sleeping area of the house. Where did the other one go?
He's right there. Oh,
This again shows the streamers or things they tie on their houses or trees to represent peace and prosperity. might think this is a South Sea Island village, but this is a replica of one of the Korean island villages where they have rain, snow, and wind. Their houses. I'll come one around here. Show Mary Jo looking in there.
Today is Thursday. It's 1:30. We should be on our way to the subway to catch the ferry to go on home or back to China. It's February the 15th and 2006. This is a shot of the angel on the top of the temple in Korea. And I will scan down. And now this is not as good as Dean's job. Maybe I should scan that. You can see the angel. It's back towards us. Oh no. There he's blowing his horn. Okay. Okay, we'll scan down. And unfortunately there's a building right behind the temple there. But the temple grounds themselves are very peaceful. And there's the Korean flag flying. I love the way they groom their bushes. The temple's been here for 30 years. Somewhere it's off of those bushes. There it is. Okay, I hold really still. This is the name of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Temple in Korea. Well, I don't know where Dean is. This is probably not a good shot, but well. This is the pathway over to the temple from the housing, which is very comfortable. I was told by the temple workers that all the Christian churches have crosses. This is just down the street from our temple. That cross was a guiding light. Because at night they light it up with red lights. Find our way back to our housing. Then we would walk up this pathway. And then over on this side is security. The temple. I want to get a picture of the pretty gardens. This is on the way up the hill. The driveway, I really should say. This is the driveway. And there is the temple. And some type of monument out front, fountain, I think. But one more picture. Off the temple and down the driveway where we are standing. And then over to our little garden right here. Can't get it focused in, it won't telephoto in. Maybe there's somewhere. It's a little, there it is. Notice the beautiful trees, how well they're trimmed. Well kept, the temple.
I'm standing about in the middle of this enormous ship that we're on, leaving from Incheon to go over to Korea, to go over to Qingdao, China, and to go through this part of the harbor. This great big ship, enormous in size, has to go through that little tiny seawall right there, that little slip in the ocean. That's where we're headed right now. There's a little better view of that slip through the harbor. That's how you get in and out of this harbor. And I think we're being pushed by a tug right now, but I can't see it. There's a picture of the control tower for the port of Incheon. There's the little, there's the other for the harbor. It's like an airport control tower, for the harbor of Incheon. We're now coming back into Qingdao in the harbor. This is the west end of the city, where the harbor terminals are. Looking at Qingdao from the harbor.
And the pause releases, and we're taking a movie, and as you talk you can hear it. But I will also record their voices, because from the back of the room you will hear some of their voices, but not as good as we can edit it out. We have a machine on the computer that we don't waste any film. If we don't want it, we just cut it out. So sometimes when they're talking, it's good to go up close and look at them, and then bring it back and open it up so that while they're talking, you're getting a wide angle, or you're getting a wider view.
Yeah.
But it's important to do it very slowly when you do the telephoto. And when you get to a spot, you should count to 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
Then either start and move it again, either close up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or if you're ready to stop, you should count to about 10. In other words, you've moved it back, you've zoomed wide angle, so you can see more. And then see, Harold has a 4-pod. No, he had a 3-pod. Something. This is a MP player, music player in the Rocky Mountains in Utah. And then this is something Mr. Larson picked out. I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah.
I like the flowers. They're brighter on the other side. And it's a beautiful spring day. The weather's nice and warm. And Jane is learning how to use the camera so that we can record on camera some of the students in their oral reports in the classroom. Class 051. 051.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the problem I had. I had class 051, but I had the college students, the 3-year students. Can you see me?
No, I haven't moved to you.
You haven't moved to the, you're being
Oh.
very careful.
Yeah.
She's being very careful. She doesn't have the tripod, so she has to hold it very still.
Yes. Already we can see you now.
Ah, good.
And
Cheers.
drinking your water.
My water.
Uh-huh.
I have been talking too much. Too much. It is a pretty day. And we do have people out playing on the soccer field, but it's like they're just standing.
Hi.
Hello.
I think
Cheers.
no, I can't laugh, I think. I tremble. Okay,
Because if you laugh, then you will wiggle.
Uh-huh.
Have you zoomed it in or zoomed it out at all? Have you tried that?
Yes, a little.
It's kind of hard to zoom out here because you're inside the apartment. You can zoom maybe into the corner, the little characters.
Yes, the dog.
I think it's to save the battery.
Mm.
You will know what my apartment looks like. Nothing too special. Now she's practicing. It's kind of hard to do zooming unless you zoom outside, I guess. Unless you do a real close-up with those characters. Water bottle. Close-up of the picture of the plum blossoms. Plum blossoms.
也是两个人 TV。
See the television. Okay, now when you watch it, you're going to say, what was I doing? Again?
Make it very clear. Yes.
Okay, now turn it on, full pause. Start to zoom out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Very well. Much better than it should be.
Yes.
Yes. It's almost harder, I think, than to do it just holding it. I think it's harder. Almost harder. I guess in the long run it keeps us steady, it's more smoothly. I guess I basically got it just so that you could hold still. Especially if they're moving, if the student is moving, then you don't want to be really extended.